Hi guys, this is Suzanne HB. Crazy just might work on Instagram, and it was great delight that I do a tutorial on this lovely design that was done by a special friend of mine. Her mum and I have been friends for years, and Sarah is a very creative and talented 9-year-old, same age as my son, and she's come up with this lovely, really interestingly looped design. And I've discovered that it can be made actually 4 different ways, which is fabulous. So in one design you have 4 different ways of doing it. Even on the reverse, it's not just a plain triple single. You've got this lovely amount of interest through the middle here. So I'm really thrilled with this design. I wish I'd come up with it myself, but the lovely Sarah, 9 years old, came up with this one herself. Her sister Rose, who is 6 going on 7, also likes to create things off just out of her head as well, and it's done some really cute beaded ones that she showed me as well. So they're a lovely creative couple of girls, and I'd love to show you how to do these ones today. I think I'll concentrate on this one today, and I'll put out a couple of tutorials on the variations that we can do. We've decided to call this Open Doors because of this, and it's also a reference to one of the lyrics from one of the songs from Frozen about love's open doors. Alrighty, so as far as what you'll need your loom, and it's going to actually be in just standard configuration. Any loom will do that can take the standard configuration like so. And to get a full wrap, for me, I've got a 6-inch wrist. It took pretty much 2 full looms, but it does look it would look just fine with an extension, this one, because it's kind of got this really cute look, almost like a headband. This would make a fabulous headband for those of you who are making headbands for their girls. Wouldn't they make an incredible headband? It's just so cute. So 2 full looms if you want a full wrap, and you've got a colour choice here because you've got the border bands, you've got the central band, you've got this purple band here, which is basically like your normal connecting band, and then you have like the open doors color as well. So you've got 4, but of course you can play around with as many colors as you like, or you could make your border and your center and your border and your center the same color. You could make border, center, and backing color the same and really highlight this, but it's really up to you. Sorry about my focus going crazy. So let's get on with it. I know I've jabbered a lot. I'm going to use today a few of the Rainbow Loom Sweets, and oh gosh, what have I got? I've got Sweets, Persian, and Pearl 600 pack bands. I really like the 600 pack bands. They're smoother to work with, and for a lot of designs they come out looking really pretty and delicate. Okay, so we're going to start by looming the border band, and the center band, actually the center line of chain doesn't actually get looped the same way. So I'm going to use crazy colors just for contrast, so I've no idea what it's going to turn out like, but we'll just get started. So it's your standard border band looping, one out to the side, one out to the side. As anything, the straighter that you can keep your bands, the better. Really sorry about the focus on this. Probably a little bit close. I'm not used to using this to do loom designs. Mostly doing my hook onlys. So I'm actually going to just give you the idea, and if it starts doing crazy things with my focus I may skip, because my hand's getting in the way a lot here. I may skip over the rest of the border band laying because I'm pretty sure you'll have the hang of it. Okay, so I've laid the border all the way up, and when you get to the top, sorry for the fast moving, when you get to the top, I'm just doing 1 loom as a demonstration today. You take it into the center from both sides. Really sorry about that focusing. I'll just see if I can fix that. Okay, so we're now going to do something a little bit unusual. We're going to lay the center we're going to turn our loom around to lay the center. Okay, so instead of laying it with the arrow facing away from you, like that, we're going to lay it with the arrow facing toward us, just for the center. Okay, don't be scared, I've done this before, it does work. So we're just going to lay it in exactly the same way as you would normally lay it, but we've got the loom facing the opposite way for the center. So just lay it straight up in normal single chain, but in the opposite direction, like so. So you get all the way to the top. Right, so we can leave our loom facing this way for now. Now we're going to lay those bands that go across, the connecting bands, these purple ones in my case that aren't so prominent. You just kind of get a little bit of a highlight. So I'm going to use, I think it is Persian teal, Egyptian teal, I don't know. It's one of the pale blue ones. Okay, so we're going to lay that straight across, like so, all the way up. And all I'd recommend is that it's a nice contrast colour to the ones that you're going to use as open doors, so you can sort of see the design nicely. Sorry, the table shaking. It is so hot here today. If you can hear the fan in the background, I'm sorry, but that's the best I can do. I wish I was inside with the air conditioning, but I can't film in there. I've got to set up. So, okay, so now we've got all of those with those cross bands. The next thing we're going to do is lay our open doors, our looped bands. We're going to do that by just simply placing a band over each of those center pegs. I'm a bit notorious for knocking things off, so sometimes I do this and I lay it just before I'm going to loop that particular peg. But this is the way Sarah showed me how to do it, because she clearly is more coordinated than I am when it comes to not knocking things over. So that goes all the way, not on the top and not on the bottom. And then we're going to put our cap band on here, the same colour as the border band. Okay, so we're actually going to loop the center first, and we'll have to loop from bottom to top twice. It's a two-step process. So we'll go inside the cap band and grab the center band, this turquoisey one, and we'll loop it up. Nothing tricky about that. Make sure you're inside the open doors band that's laying on the top, and grab just that one that's obvious there, right in front of you. So again, we're going to go inside, or at least on top of. So you want to make sure that if you did this, your hook would be going through, not going underneath that band. So you want to go through that band and hook it up to the next. So we do that all the way along, hooking through and up. Oops. Hooking through and up. Hooking through and up. If I can get it to let go. So from the side, you'll notice that we've still got a loop. I don't know if you can see, hang on, I'll see if I can make it so that you can see. I'll lift this one up. So you can still see that there's one unlooped, pardon me, part of the band there. We're going to be coming back for that. So for the moment, we're just grabbing that one and taking it through, and we're securing these loops, or sorry, these solid whole bands onto the bracelet. if you're going to be laying it as you go, before you go up to the next peg, you drop it on and then hook this one over. Then you get the next one, drop it on and hook this one over. And on the last one, you just hook it straight up to the top, like so. Okay, now we're going to go back down to the bottom. That's what it should look like so far. And this is the only tricky looping step. You're going to go inside this one, this open doors band, and we're going to push it out of the way. I push it out of the way to the left as well as this band we've already looped. And you're going to grab the remaining loop with your hook facing this way. You're going to pull it out and around like that and stretch it up to the next. So we're going then inside this next one, pushing it aside, as well as the band we've already looped. So the only thing you're picking up is that bottom one. And we're going out and around. If you want to have it absolutely straight, you have to turn your hook around like that, which works as well. So you can actually go in if you want to with your hook facing the opposite direction, push all of those aside and grab from underneath. If you can see my hook there, you grab from underneath and hook it forward. But all that's important is that you get that band from underneath without hooking anything else. Let's see if I can show it from the side. Which one am I going into? This one here. So you're going inside here, pushing all those aside, grabbing this loose band, and it has to be released all the way round, and then you just hook it straight forward onto the next one. I'll show you again. So go inside that gold band and all the other bands. You go to the side, pushing those out of the way, and grab that bottom band, bring it out and around like that to release it off the hook, and then bring it forward and up and over. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way up. So we're going inside, pushing those ones out of the way, grabbing hold of that turquoise one, as you can see, bringing it up and over and forward, pushing these ones out of the way, grabbing that one, up and forward. So I'll stick with you on this one because it's the only tricky part of this bracelet. So we're going inside, pushing these out of the way. So it's 1, 2, 3 bands being pushed out of the way. Grabbing that one that's left at the bottom, and if you have a look, it's looped around the front, so we're going to grab that, unloop it, and loop it forward. So you make sure you got 3 bands out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Loop that band, bring it forward. Again, you got those 3 bands being pushed out of the way to the side. 3 bands being pushed out of the way to the side. Bring it up and forward. There's quite a stretch on it. And the last one, moving in, pushing those 3 bands out of the way, including that goldy white one, the one you're using as the open door, and up and through. Okay, all that we have left to do on this now is to loop up the borders. So I'm going to do that fairly quickly once I've started. Keep your cap band on. And there we go. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this without getting in the way, so I hope you don't mind if I turn it up like this. So we're just going to, this is a standard border, it was laid the normal direction, so it will just be looping your standard border loop going down through. The one that's just been looped up, down through the crossband, and grabbing the one at the bottom and looping straight up. So it's just your standard border. And away we go. You can loop one row at a time or alternate left and right, it doesn't really matter. This is the easy part of the bracelet we're up to. You've already done the hard part. At the end, pop it into the center. So again, this is just the same easy, so easy I'm not even going to show you, no. Okay, I'm just laughing at my own poor abilities at doing a loom tutorial as opposed to a hook or a monster tail one. Here we go. There's a reason why you don't see a lot of loom ones on my channel. Okay, so it's your standard border band, loop, just push aside that crossband and loop it up all the way to the top. If I had that cute fast forward thing, I'd do that, but I don't. So we're all the way there and bring that one through to the middle. And you've pretty much done. All we need is our band to finish off. Pop your hook down inside all of those bands at the end. You should have 6 loops, like so. Grab a hold of it, twist it in and up. Whoa! Or you could let it go like that. This is just turning into a comedy, isn't it? Sorry about that. Okay, so we'll grab it, twist it in and up, and grab a hold of that. Now we do have a little bit of fiddling once we've taken this off. It's not difficult to get off, it's one you can pull off, like so. Now you'll actually see that this is the front and this is the back, but what we've put on there, these ones want to stay on the back. So we're just going to pull that off. It's really quite easy to pull off. Rip, she says, out of camera shot. Okay, so by pulling it off, I'm actually showing you one of the ways that you can wear the bracelet, which is not Sarah's signature side, but it is quite possible and acceptable and really pretty to actually have the loops sitting. You can see that they're easy to pull around. The loops sitting on the reverse side of the bracelet with this love. I like this little bit running through here. It's just kind of just a little bit interesting. Easy but interesting. Okay, so what you need to do if you want to wear it that way is you pull the bracelet out a little bit, so you're creating spaces between the side. Oh, it's hard to explain it, so let me see if I can do it. See these bands, the cross bands that you've got here? They've been caught in here, and in between each of those cross bands that have been caught, there's a gap, and that's where you want to pull these through. Okay, so you want to pull them through between the cross bands, not through the cross bands. Yeah, I hope that was a better explanation than the first bit I attempted. So you can see that's kind of sitting in between the crossband, but we don't want to pull that up through there. We want to find the space between the crossbands and pull it up through there. Okay, so that is one way that you can wear it, which I think is actually really, really pretty. I tried to show that on my post. Now the next way, which is the signature way, is that you turn it over and you actually go and pull the bands through to the signature side. So exactly the same thing. You grab the bands and find the spaces between the two cross pieces and you pop the bands up through there. Then I just give them a bit of a tug so that they're sitting underneath those bands. So for these ones that are already sitting on the right side, I just give them a tug, and then they're sitting in the right spot. Grab both sides, give it a bit of a tug, and so on. You do that all the way up the bracelet. They come through really easily, you just got to do each of them. So that one between those bands needs to pop through, like so. Give it a tug. Almost up, give it a tug. That one's almost through. There we go, popped it through. Give it a tug. So you do that all the way along until you have all of them sitting on the one side, whichever side you want to wear it. Now if you want to be really tricky, you could alternate if you wanted to. If you quite liked wearing it one side and then the other side, why don't you pull through every second band to one side and every alternating band through to the opposite side. That would be also a really cute look. There's just, I've been astounded at how versatile this design is. So there you go. We straighten all of those out nicely. I'm really sorry about this, folks. I don't know what my iPad is doing today. It's going crazy. Okay, so we've got them all through. And there we have the lovely Open Doors bracelet. Isn't that gorgeous? The back now looks like this. Oh, we've missed one. There you go. That's a little trick for you. Soon find out if you've missed one. Pop that one through. Straighten it up. There we go. The back looks like this, which I think looks absolutely lovely as well. I don't actually mind the colours I've chosen. And you can straighten that out as well and get that sitting centrally, but that sits really nicely just like that. If you wanted to, you could delete sitting the, so this is some of the variations I was talking about. You get this lovely knotted effect this side and this lovely kind of rippled effect this side, and you can get that without adding these frillies at all. You just do exactly the same thing, just don't drop these loops on top as you go, and you'll still have a lovely bracelet that's got this pretty join on both sides, and that's a really nice way of doing it as well. Now I'm going to do a separate tutorial on how to get this effect, which if you've watched the tutorial you might have some ideas on how that worked, but it's on your one pin bar for this one, but I thought it's worth doing it separately if people want to just watch that one. Alright guys, well if you've enjoyed this, Sarah's design of Open Doors, can you please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like. I'll be coming out with more really interesting tutorials very soon. You can check me out on Instagram, Crazy Just Might Work, and if you do make this lovely bracelet, I would love to see, and I will pass on and show Sarah any renditions that I see come through. So if you tag me in your comments and on your photo and hashtag it to Crazy Just Might Work and also Open Doors bracelet, then that's the best chance that I and Sarah will get to see your renditions of this very cute bracelet. I'd love to see someone come do it as a headband. I think that would just be adorable. Alright, well thanks so much for watching guys, and I will catch you later. Bye!